Understanding the appraisal process for a home in probate and sometimes a trust. Why a date of death appraisal is crucial. That's our topic today. We'll get started right after this. When someone passes away, the management of their estate can be a legal and a financial situation. One of the key steps is to obtain an appraisal. It's often referred to as date of death appraisal. This appraisal plays a critical part in kind of establishing a fair market value, but also establishing a price, a value of your loved one's home as of their date of death. Hi, I'm Kim Ward. If you're new to this channel, I am a certified probate real estate advisor and the broker of Horizon Real Estate's probate and trust help. We help with homes here in San Diego that are in probate or trust administration. What is a date of death appraisal? It's the official valuation of your loved one's home as of their date of death. It is required for probate, and it's important also when there is a trust to establish the value of that property as of the date of death. Why is it important? Because it gives accurate information as far as any kind of tax situation. It would be used to determine the step-up basis for any capital gains situation. And it can be used to reduce the potential tax liability for heirs when selling the property. When it comes to estate tax complications, it will help to determine if there's any type of estate taxes that are due. And it will ensure accuracy when reporting to avoid overpayment or maybe even underpayment. It helps to establish fair distribution to the heirs because it ensures equitable division of the assets, which the highest priced asset here in San Diego is typically the home. And it prevents disputes or confusion because it gives that accurate value of the property as of the date of death. Now, that doesn't mean that if the property is being sold, that it will be sold at that value, because much of the time our experience is the property sells for a higher price than the actual date of death appraisal because prices continue to rise recently here in San Diego. It also establishes the legal compliance in probate because it is absolutely required when there is a probate. It's required by the probate court. And it also provides the legal documentation to have a smooth legal process. It also helps when you have that valuation from the probate referee of the value of the property as of the date of death to establish what the property is worth, because it establishes a baseline for the future sale of the home. So how does this appraisal process actually work? A licensed appraiser, and in the case of a probate, it's called the probate referee, they evaluate the property. They may not even go to the property in most cases for probate. They may possibly drive by, but they look at the property as far as square footage, amenities, those types of things, and they establish a value, an appraisal based on other homes that are similar that have sold within usually half a mile of your loved one's home. We call the other properties the comparable properties or the comps. For the date of death appraisal, the value is based on the market conditions at the time of the passing of your loved one, and it's not necessarily the current market value. So if someone passed away a year and a half ago and the probate was just getting started, the price may be substantially lower. The date of death appraisal may be substantially lower than what the current market value is of the home. Based on that situation, that would be a delayed appraisal. Usually, probates and trust situations are addressed within a few months of your loved one's passing, but there are times where there is a delayed appraisal. Because of that, and because of the market constantly changing here in San Diego, real estate values, well, they fluctuate. And based on these fluctuations, the date of death appraisal from a year and a half ago or 3 years ago, or even sometimes longer, it may not be well, it isn't going to be the current market value. So I think it's really important that if you're watching this and someone has recently passed away, that you start addressing if it's going to be a probate situation or if there's a trust that you've located, that you don't delay this process. Because one, here in San Diego, from the date of death, the property taxes will be increasing, usually substantially, because of Proposition 19. We have a video on that. You may want to watch that so you have a better understanding of what supplemental taxes are, plus allowing a property to remain vacant for a long period of time, could be a problem. Squatters could happen. Something could happen within the house that may not be covered by insurance because of the vacancy. And to address if there's a trust, it's important, I think, to also get a date of death appraisal because, like I've already shared, it does establish a value for the other beneficiaries so that when it's time to sell the property, they may be pleasantly surprised at what the value truly is based on market conditions and the condition of the property. So you want to make sure you get a date of death appraisal so that you have that baseline value. It could help with any kind of tax situation. It will enable fair distribution and keep your beneficiaries up to date of the value so that they have a general idea of the value of the property. And it could also help with your future property sale decisions. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment. If you have questions, please put them down below. I do my best to answer any questions you may have. And we look forward to seeing you on our next video.